the timeless past.
Archaeologists can't explain these ancient discoveries. There are moments in human history that defy reason. Artifacts that shouldn't exist, monuments that seem impossible, and discoveries that whisper of forgotten knowledge buried beneath the sands of time. Archaeologists have spent centuries piecing together the story of our past, yet with every solved mystery, new and stranger ones emerge. How did ancient people, without electricity, steel, or modern machines, create works of such staggering precision? How could they move stones weighing hundreds of tons, or craft mechanisms that seem centuries ahead of their era? Are these discoveries the result of lost technology, unknown civilizations, or something even more extraordinary? Tonight, we journey into the shadowed corners of archaeology to explore real discoveries that scientists still can explain. Once you hear these stories, you may never look at history the same way again. In the early 1900s, off the rocky coast of Antikythera, Greece, a group of sponge divers stumbled upon a shipwreck buried deep beneath the sea. Among the statues and treasure was something odd, a corroded lump of bronze filled with tiny gears and markings. For years it was dismissed as unremarkable, until X-rays revealed the shocking truth. It is now known as the Antikythera Mechanism, and it functions as a mechanical computer capable of predicting lunar and solar eclipses, planetary movements, and even the timing of the ancient Olympic Games. No other technology like it would appear for another 1,000 years. How could ancient Greek artisans, with bronze tools and no magnification, create something so advanced? Others suggest it was knowledge preserved from an even older civilization, long forgotten. Thousands of miles away in 1938 Iraq, another mystery surfaced. When the jars were filled with vinegar or lemon juice, they produced electricity. These became known as the Baghdad Batteries. Some theorists believe they were used for electroplating jewelry or temple artifacts. Skeptics argue that the jars are merely storage containers that coincidentally resemble batteries, yet experiments show they can indeed generate voltage. Were these accidental discoveries of electricity, or deliberate devices created by ancient experimenters who understood something profound about energy? Rising from the desert, the pyramid stands as a monument to both human ambition and mystery. The base is aligned to true north with uncanny accuracy. Tens of thousands of laborers would have been required, yet even with modern cranes and computers, engineers admit that recreating the Great Pyramid today would be nearly impossible. Some researchers believe the pyramid once served a purpose beyond a tomb, perhaps as a machine that harnessed the Earth's natural energy. Inside the king's chamber, granite blocks contained quartz crystals capable of generating electricity when vibrated. Could the pyramid have functioned as a massive power conductor, resonating with the Earth itself? Mainstream archaeology denies such ideas, insisting the pyramid was merely a royal tomb. But deep beneath its ancient stones, unexplained chambers, hidden voids, and traces of unknown energy patterns suggest there's still more to uncover. The Great Pyramid guards its secrets well. Half a world away, another enigma challenges our understanding of the ancient world: the Piri Reis Map. Drawn in 1513 by a Turkish admiral, this map depicts the coastlines of Europe, Africa, and astonishingly, Antarctica, hundreds of years before it was officially discovered. Even more incredible, the map shows Antarctica free of ice, with mountain ranges matching modern sonar readings hidden beneath the frozen continent. How could a 16th century cartographer have known what lies under Antarctica's ice? Piri Reis wrote that his map was based on much older charts, some said to date back to civilizations before the Great Flood. If true, that means ancient people had knowledge of global geography, and perhaps even advanced navigation, thousands of years earlier than history admits. The map's accuracy is too perfect to dismiss as coincidence. It hints at a forgotten chapter of world exploration, one we may never fully recover. From maps to artifacts of legend, few mysteries capture the imagination like the crystal skulls. Found across Central America, these skulls are carved from single blocks of quartz crystal, polished to mirror-smooth perfection. Some weigh more than 20 pounds. Under modern microscopes, no tool marks are visible, and attempts to recreate them using diamond-tipped drills have failed to replicate their flawless symmetry. Legends tell that the skulls contain knowledge, a record of humanity's past and future, left behind by a civilization that perished in a global cataclysm. When placed together, some claim they emit strange sounds or frequencies. Yet others insist the energy and craftsmanship within them are too extraordinary to be explained away. Whether relics of lost technology or symbolic masterpieces, the crystal skulls remind us that sometimes the line between legend and reality is thinner than we think. In 1992, a farmer in China's Zhejiang province decided to drain a pond that had never dried up. These became known as the Longyu Caves. Each chamber was enormous, with walls rising 100 feet high, etched with precise chisel patterns in perfect symmetry. No records mention their construction, no tools were found, and no debris remains. Some believe they were ancient storage facilities or temples, while others suspect they had a far greater purpose, perhaps connected to lost technology or secret rituals. Modern engineers admit that recreating these caves today would demand immense planning and machinery. In Texas, during the 1930s, another discovery added fuel to the mystery of humanity's forgotten past. The hammer's head was made of pure iron, with a composition that does not occur naturally and has resisted rust for decades. If the dating is accurate, the hammer shouldn't exist. Humans weren't even around then. Skeptics argue that minerals simply formed around the hammer in modern times, but metallurgists found the iron's purity and composition unlike anything known in modern metallurgy. Was it a relic of an unknown civilization that existed before recorded history? The London hammer remains locked in debate. An artifact out of time, quietly challenging everything we believe about the past. It looked like a bird, but its wings and tail were unlike any known species. When examined by modern engineers, they discovered it was perfectly aerodynamic, matching the proportions of a modern glider. When replicas were built, they actually flew. The carving, now known as the Sacsayhuamán bird, carries an inscription that translates roughly to "the gift of a moon who takes flight." Was it a symbolic representation of the soul, or proof that the ancient Egyptians understood the principles of flight thousands of years before modern aviation? No one can say for sure. High in the mountains of Peru lies another wonder, the fortress of Sacsayhuamán. Its walls are built from massive stones, some weighing over 300 tons, fitted together so tightly that not even a sheet of paper can slide between them. Each stone is irregularly shaped, yet they lock together as though molded. Legends say the stones were softened using sound or vibration, a lost technique that allowed ancient builders to mold rock like clay. Modern scientists dismiss this as myth, but even today, we have no definitive explanation for how the Incas achieved such perfection. The walls have survived countless earthquakes that have leveled cities around them, standing as eternal proof that whoever built them possessed knowledge far beyond what we understand. When we piece these stories together, the ancient computer of Greece, the electric jars of Mesopotamia, the impossible pyramid, the prehistoric map, the flawless crystal skulls, the perfect caves, the hammer in stone, the glider bird, and the earthquake-proof walls, a pattern begins to emerge. It suggests that humanity's past is far richer, far stranger, and far more advanced than our textbooks dare to tell. For every solved mystery, new questions arise. Are these anomalies merely coincidences, or are they glimpses into a forgotten age when civilizations rose and fell long before recorded history? Could humanity's story stretch back further than we know, perhaps into cycles of time where knowledge was gained, lost, and rediscovered? Every civilization has myths of a great flood, of gods descending from the sky, of golden ages when humans possessed wisdom beyond comprehension. Perhaps those myths are not mere stories, but memories of real events, encoded through generations. The evidence scattered across our planet seems to whisper that we are not the first to walk this path, only the latest. Archaeologists do their best to explain the inexplicable. Yet, some artifacts stubbornly refuse to fit within the accepted timeline. They stand as silent witnesses to something we can yet grasp, reminders that the further back we look, the stranger our origins appear. Maybe one day new discoveries will reveal the truth behind these anomalies. Maybe we'll uncover the missing chapters of our history and learn who we truly are. Until then, these ancient wonders remain unsolved, their secrets locked away in stone, metal, and crystal. Because these discoveries don't just challenge our understanding of history, they challenge our understanding of ourselves. They suggest that we, as a species, have lived and forgotten countless times before. When you stand before the Great Pyramid, or gaze upon the Antikythera Mechanism behind its glass case, you can feel it. That quiet, unsettling thought that the world we know is only a fragment of something far older. A world where knowledge, technology, and mystery intertwined in ways we can barely comprehend. The earth keeps its secrets well. Beneath every layer of soil, beneath every ancient ruin, there are stories still untold, stories that remind us how little we truly know. Maybe the answers lie waiting for the right eyes to find them, or maybe they're meant to remain mysteries forever, urging us to keep searching. Because in the end, the greatest discoveries are not the ones that give us answers, but the ones that make us ask the impossible questions. Archaeologists can study, dig, and date all they wish, but some things simply refuse to fit the pattern. The artifacts and monuments of our ancestors seem to whisper the same haunting truth. History is not a straight line, but a circle. And with every turn of that circle, the knowledge of the past becomes the mystery of the future. That humanity's story did not begin where we think, and it is far from over. One question remains. If these are the things we have found, what else still lies buried, waiting in silence for us to remember?